Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Look at the Vikings cheerleaders, everybody. Look at this. Look at the purple. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hello. It is Purple Friday. Full house. We got Vikings cheerleaders. What more do you need? Hi. Pretty cool. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for being here. Have a seat. Let's get started. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is the big game, so we're celebrating. Now, usually at this time, I just have you say hello to Kendall, but also say hello to the Vikings cheerleaders, Callie and Danny, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you a little bit later. Give it up for them. Thank you guys for being here. The Vikings play tomorrow in San Francisco, everybody. So I'll be at some random bar watching it at some point. And she will be too, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for my good friend Kendall over there. Good morning, Kendall.
Morning.
How you doing?
Morning. I'm good. I will not be at a random bar because I'm not allowed to watch football games with other people because I turn into a psycho, and so they don't let me do that. In my family.
You and my father-in-law,
Yeah.
Papa Haas, he makes up cuss words. And I don't, you know what I mean? There's words come out of that man's mouth that I've never, they're in conjunction with other words.
Right.
And then Colin always has to remind him, Dad, they can't hear you. You know what I mean? It's like the players can't, but there is something primal, right? I mean.
Yeah, well, and I feel like Minnesota sports fans, I think, get it in a way that other people don't. Like, we just haven't seen I've never really seen anything happen for our sports teams. I was one when we won the World Series the second time.
The Lynx.
You know,
I always like to give credit.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Absolutely,
I got to say the Lynx.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't as a
No. I
former
get what you
female
mean, but
basketball player, I should not discount the Lynx.
Yeah.
I mean, the men's franchises.
Yes.
And so to win a Super Bowl would be amazing. To win a World Series would be amazing. And we always kind of get
Right
there,
there.
and then we just kind of do this. And so I just get so stressed out. I can't.
I always tell the story. I started in television 23 years ago at WCCO, and I was 22 years old, and I worked with the nicest photographer. He's still there to this day. His name's Dave Charest. And Dave Charest, much like our director Leo, said maybe 17 words a day. I mean, he just didn't talk at all. You know,
Man, a few
the
words.
nicest guy ever. And we were watching. I'll never forget this. I don't know the year, but remember the playoffs with the Falcons in like 90, it had to be either 97, 98, or 99, somewhere around there, 2000. When was it, Eric? 98. And we were close, and then we missed, I believe, we missed something. And right before we missed something, I looked at Dave, and I went, Dave, what's going on right now? And the nicest guy in the world looked at me, and he goes, don't talk to me right now. And then I realized this wasn't the time for amateur Jason to be asking for a rundown of what's happening on the field. You know what I mean?
God bless you.
Yeah. So I leave sports fans alone. I get it. It's like someone talking to me. For instance, I used to have parties for the season finales of Dallas, the cliffhangers.
Right.
One time I had fake oil wells. I baked an oil well cake. I invited all my friends. Don't laugh at me, Brad. I had all this. I was a weird kid. And I invited 20 of my friends over to watch the season finale. It was always a big deal on Dallas. Well, I kicked everybody out because nobody stopped talking. I had everybody, the episode started, they talked during the opening credits, and I'm not joking, my mother has a picture of this. The theme song was running, and everybody knows what the theme song means to me. They all started talking. I went like this. I went, you can all leave. And I kicked everybody out of my house.
Yeah.
I said, you're obviously not here to watch the program. Leave. And I did, yeah. So there are pictures of all of my friends vacating my house. Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
So I understand you sports fans. Let's get, oh, and by the way, I wore purple not only for the Vikings, but I wore purple for Oprah because she's in town. That's right. The color purple. I mean, I'm a little mad at her. She never did respond to any of our messages, and I love her more than anything in the world, but that's all right. I still love her. I still love her more than anything. And I'm just hoping because, Quincy Jones put her in the color purple because he was in Chicago watching her local show, the AM Chicago, and he saw her. So I'm hoping Oprah's in a hotel room right now watching our little show. And maybe she'll, hi, Oprah. I love you.
Hi.
Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Okay. It is day 2 of Megxit.
We can't call it that.
No, it is. It's Megxit, and this is the last day. As of Monday, I'll go back to not caring about the royals. But anyway, we're learning more about Harry and Meghan's split from the royal family. Okay, but let's be clear. This is according to Page 6. So Oprah has been advising the couple, allegedly, about building their own brand once they step down. Oprah saying that she supports their decision, but that they do not need her help. Oprah, because everyone's like, why is Oprah, what? Oprah has been close with Meghan's mom. The Duke and Duchess have, and Oprah and Gayle have, I think Gayle King is close to Harry anyway, or at least they've had tea or something. The royals have trademarked Sussex Royal, and analysts say that could be worth $500 million in revenue once the split from the royals is finalized. Gayle King is said to be the one who will land the first interview with the couple. Gayle, getting those interviews, girl. Getting those interviews, I know. Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to be calm. If you want to hear me go over the top on this subject, download the podcast of the radio show because I lost my mind. I lost my mind. I really did. The thing let me just tackle what we covered today as far as the finances. This is one of the things I don't get for people on the other side, because if you don't know, I'm Team Harry and Meghan. I'm fully, I get it. If I was Harry and I watched my mother die because of the treatment of the press, I would do, this is what I said yesterday, I would do whatever I could to protect my wife. I would. You got to remember, I would do. Harry's been very public. He has PTSD from walking behind his mother's coffin. I don't need to say anything. I shouldn't be. We don't think we need to say anything more. If I had watched that happen to my mother and then I got married, I would do and I started seeing the seeds of that behavior being perpetrated on my wife, I would move to Bermuda in a hut to protect my family. Anyway, having said that, the hypocrisy that I don't understand is people are like, well, they're still going to profit from the royal family, but then they're also complaining about them making money and starting a business. Right. You can't have it both ways. They're trying to be financially independent. You may not like how they're doing it, but at least they're trying, I don't know.
They got to do something. I mean, at the end of the day, too, we don't know if the royal family will foot the bill for their protection services, so they're going to have to make a lot of money to keep up with that.
It's expensive. Next to the dish, one of America's favorite TV couples of the 90s could be getting back together thanks to a reboot of this show.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets on a warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by. It's alright, 'cause I'm
told you about the Saved by the Bell reboot that was in the works. Now, at first, only Elizabeth Berkley and Mario Lopez had signed on, but now we're learning, and this is what we've waited for. There's Screech. What we're waiting for, Zach and Kelly's coming back. There's Kelly right there. Mark Hargossler confirmed he's going to appear in at least 3 episodes. And he told the Pittsburgh newspaper that Tiffany Amber Thiessen will be back as well. Now, it's unclear if their fictional marriage worked out, because if you don't remember, Zach and Kelly got married. No word yet on when production's going to get started. And if you're wondering, this is going to be on NBC's new streaming service called Peacock. You know, get it? NBC Peacock, ding, ding, dong. Yeah. Anyway, did you watch Saved by the Bell?
I'm not saying this to be. I watch the reruns.
I get it, 'cause
Saved by
you're-
the Bell.
no, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the reruns. This to me just falls under that. Like,
Yeah.
do we need this?
I watched the original when it aired, and I don't know if we need this. I love them, but I don't know if we need this. Yeah.
I don't know.
Next in the dish. This is my favorite story of the day. Next in the dish, other than Oprah. Next in the dish, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince. We've seen these pop stars die and then somehow release new music. You know, it's like, Tupac released music for like 20 years. Anyway,
I know.
Well, listen, and they did this thanks to some clever editing and mixing, but one legendary singer is taking control over her legacy. Who am I talking about? Well, in the final episode of the podcast, Dolly Parton's America, Miss Dolly herself, who's taken part in this podcast, says she is purposely saving songs to be released after she dies. She says, this stopped me in my tracks. Listen to this, audience. Dolly says she has hundreds, if not 1,000 songs never heard, enough to go on, as she says, forever. She says that she'd like for songwriters and producers in the future to take her vocal tracks, which she has already recorded, and overlay them with whatever kind of song they're recording in the future. Dolly is 73 years old. How cool is that?
It's so cool.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. I
know
love
what you're
this.
gonna
You
ask.
brought up your really cool point about if she had been born at a different
I
time.
knew you were going to ask me. This is the coolest fun fact that I learned in this podcast. So everybody knows Dolly's a fantastic songwriter. But let me just tell you, when you listen to this podcast, there's a fun fact that I almost drove off the road. Dolly has written so many songs, thousands and thousands, and it comes to her so, it's a gift. It's a gift. The songs come to her so easily. For example, Jolene and I Will Always Love You, she wrote in one evening in about an hour.
What?
That's not normal. They had a music history professor from, I believe, the University of Chicago that said that if Dolly had been alive in Mozart's time, she would be Mozart. I mean, that's how musically proficient she is. It's amazing. Go listen to that podcast. It's called Dolly Parton's America. We have a lot more to come, everybody. Stay right there. Back after this. Stay right there. Coming up next.
Oh my God.
Is it the next Big Brother or the next Big Bomb? Producer Ted gives his review of the new Netflix reality show, The Circle. What is it, and is it worth binging? Then we're feeling bubbly. We've shined a light on so many great local businesses over the years, but never one so carbonated. A trip to Northern Soda coming up. And the 5 simple things you can add to your wardrobe to freshen things up for the new year. That's all ahead, so stay right there.
You, as this character, have this neat trick of going from charming to very creepy.
Yeah.
Fairly smoothly.
Somewhat.
Is there a trick? Is there a trick for making that turn from charming to creepy?
It is shockingly simple. When we were doing the first round of press, like the stuff that you see on billboards or posters, whatever it might be, although now it's all on your phone. It was a photo shoot where I and my love interest in the first season, who's not around anymore, by the way, if I don't want to give any spoilers, but that gives you some indication of what happened. Yeah. She's in a bed, in a t-shirt. She's under the covers, but she's in a t-shirt, and her underwear, as one might sleep in bed. I'm fully clothed in like a windbreaker, and I believe a hat, which is like my character's stocking outfit.
Gotcha.
I arrive on the mark. I do nothing but look up, and the entire crew behind the camera goes, "Oh, whoa, man, that is phenomenal. That is so creepy." And I did nothing.
And he did nothing. He was just being Penn Badgley. He was just being Penn. That's a good-looking guy right there. He's a good-looking guy. He was on Colbert talking about his character from the Netflix series You, which is It's So Good, which is in its second season. Kendall, have you watched You?
I haven't, but I liked Gossip Girl. And that's
Yeah.
what I always think of when I see him.
Yes, when you see Penn, yeah. He's a good guy. He's creepy Carl in this movie, or in that series.
Really?
Really creepy, yeah. I mean, you still want him to take you out to dinner, but I mean, yeah.
I mean,
You actually don't care if he's gonna kill you. That's how good looking he is, yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't watch it, to be frank, because he looks a lot like someone I dated for a long time, and I'm like, it's just so weird to watch someone like be a murderer that you dated.
I get it, because you're like, oh, he didn't
he's
put
a
me in a
murderer.
well. Well, yeah, there we go, yeah. More late night. Will Smith was on Fallon last night promoting his new film, Bad Boys for Life, which comes 25 years after the original Bad Boys. And Will may be feeling the age limitations a little bit more than he would like. Look at that.
You look so young, though. Do you feel like
I'm trying to hang on. Yeah, no, there were a couple of the action sequences that I was like, ooh, you know, because I started and I told myself I was doing all of my stunts. I was doing, Tom Cruise that was just hanging on the side of an airplane.
Yes.
F-50.
Yes.
I was like, man, I'm better than Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Do it.
And I did like 2 stunts, and I was like, I'm not better than Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I don't blame you, Will. And you know what? I'm 45, and I think the people around my age will agree with me. You know how you know when you reach that age is when you start making noises when you sit down or get up. You know what I mean? You know,
we gotta clap
thank
for
you,
that.
right, audience? Right? Yeah. That's when you know. Ugh. You know what I mean? You just, every time and then you sit down, and then when you go like this, you go, ugh. You know, that's when you know, oh, I'm not in my 30s anymore. You know, you just, no matter, yeah.
My parents just bought new couches, and I was like, oh, why? You know, they've had the old ones for a long time. I was like, honestly, it was just so hard to get out of them nowadays.
It is.
You had to buy, like, firmer couches, because, oh.
Yeah, it's just, but Kendall, you're young. Just write down in your journal the day you start making noises when you get up and sit down. Yeah, anyway. Next Trudeau. Next in the dish, a classic TV show from the 80s is getting a reboot, and we actually don't mind this one. ABC has ordered a pilot for 30-something. Which is now 60-something. Yeah. The show will reportedly follow some new faces playing the grown-up children of the original cast. Some of whom you're looking at the opening credits here. Some of whom are actually going to come back. Ken Olin's back, Mel Harris is back, Timothy Busfield, and Patty Wettig. Sorry about that. The pilot will be in contention for the fall season, which means, in fancy showbiz speak, Mickey Mouse has ordered a pilot, but it doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to be picked up. I have a feeling, but let's be clear. It's a title that people like. It didn't last for a while, but everybody of a certain age knows 30-something. It's referenced in pop culture. It was a good hit for ABC at the time. And this is a show that I actually think this is a cool premise. Mm-hmm. It's not new people. Now the kids of the cast are 30-something. It makes sense. It's a cool concept. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could see my parents liking it a lot because they were 30-something when it came out, and now they will be the 60-somethings, and their kids, me.
The same era, that era of TV. You missed this one, but and the audience will be with me. That show came out around the same time. You guys remember Moonlighting? We're Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd and Bruce. Oh, that was good. I know you weren't even born when Moonlighting was on.
No.
And then what did they do? They ruined Moonlighting when they put them together. You know, that's what happens.
What?
There was sexual chemistry and tension between Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, and it fueled the show. And then they got them together, and then they were just nice. And then the show, and then
So it wasn't like Fatal Attraction. Well, the chemistry and then. No.
And let's be clear. Glenn Close and Fatal Attraction was Nutter Butters from the beginning. I mean, there wasn't, she was, It wasn't like she was like a nursery school teacher and then all of a sudden, let's put that rabbit in that boiling water, you know what I mean? She was, from the get-go, the elevator did not stop on the top floor. You know what I mean? It was, Glenn Close was so good in that movie.
So good, I love that movie. I love that movie.
So good. Next in the dish, there is a new reality show on Netflix that's blowing up. It's called The Circle, and it's a mix of Big Brother and the real world, but the contestants, this is kind of the hook, the contestants can never actually see each other. Look at this.
Circle, can I see Alana's profile? I'm a full-time model. No.
On social media, you can be anyone
Let the games begin.
and say anything.
Okay, let me think.
So who would you be if $100,000 was on the line? Welcome to The Circle.
What's up, Circle?
A new social experiment where players don't meet face to face.
What?
They only communicate through the circle.
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 Circle? Take me to my profile.
Oh, man. This is better than Christmas.
I don't know if I want to unwrap you, though. That's a clip from The Circle. It's a 3-week event. They debuted on Netflix last week, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's time for America Loves Ted. Joining us with his review is producer Ted Johnson, joining us from the Jason Show control room. Ted, I think people are going to be with me on this. Even though the narrator there said what the show's about, I still don't understand it.
There's a lot to unpack.
Okay, help us. Can you further unpack the luggage? What is this?
8 people move into basically a dormitory. They all have a 1-bedroom apartment. And they communicate only by texting. So they have a profile of their picture, which could be them or might not be them. And then that's how they communicate. So they go into this chat room and they're like, hey guys, what's up? So it's a little complex, but as you get into it, it makes sense and they get to know each other and it's addicting.
Okay.
What?
So let's say you, Kendall, and I, and Aaron Schwab we're playing this game. We're in The Circle, okay? We each have our dorms.
Yep.
I have a profile picture, but I may not use my actual face.
Right. So you could say, I'm Colin, and use Colin's picture. Which some people, or you could be yourself, or you could be
Brad Pitt.
Miss USA.
Yeah, Miss, or
right.
I could, Tanya Tucker. I could,
Right.
you know what I mean? Okay. So then I pulled Tanya Tucker out of nowhere.
nowhere.
Anyway, okay, so they communicate on this thing. So it's like instant messenger?
Instant messenger. And so it's like voice activated instant messenger. And so they're flirting with each other, but they don't know if they're actually flirting with a real person or not.
Okay, is that young man naked? What's happening here?
He thinks they're all real and he's just hitting on all the ladies, even though they're not all ladies.
Oh! Oh, I'm watching this. Let me tell you, yeah.
See, the fun part of this is there's one, so they do like these romantic dates sometimes when a new person comes in. It's weird because they can't see each other.
Yeah,
So
okay.
So they go someplace and they still text each other. But anyways, there were 2 catfishes who were on this romantic date. And they were trying to say, so they were guys playing women, and they were being like, hey, hot stuff. And the other guy is like, oh, that's a weird thing from that person to say. Like, they're catfishing each other, but it doesn't make sense. And so the other catfish is like, what is this catfish? You know, it's funny, weird, and strange.
I have a headache. There's so much, I don't know. You know how I feel about simple premises for shows, you know?
Right.
It's like Wheel of Fortune. You spin a wheel, you pick a letter, and then you're done. You know, so how do people get eliminated? Is this a game?
So they rate, you rate them 1 to 8. So you'll rate everyone 1 to 8 based on how you feel about your interactions with them.
Okay.
And so then 1 and 2 then become like the influencers or the popular people, and they decide who gets kicked out. So that's where your Big Brother component comes in.
Okay, do they ever, because they can never see each other / interact with each other, where's the drama? Like, where does the drama come in? Is it
So they have little games that they do, and you can like message anonymously.
Okay.
And you'd be like, oh, you're the catfish. And then they'll be like, who's saying I'm a catfish? It works.
You got unnecessarily violent when you replay. Yeah, that was it.
It does get
Who said I'm a catfish? Yeah.
But they don't know they don't know anything until the person gets voted out and then shows up.
Okay, last question. Are you going to continue watching this crap?
I'm like 8 episodes in, so I am invested.
He's in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, producer Ted. The Circle.
No, Jason, no.
He got very just manly right there. Anyway, The Circle's available on Netflix right now. Still ahead, everybody. We've hit up distilleries. We've taken you to breweries. But how about, But how about a really cool local soda factory? We head to Northern Soda Company next, and then we're giving you some fashion advice for the new year. 5 things that you can add to your wardrobe to, as the Spice Girls would say, spice up your life. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, Oprah. I'm joking. Yeah. If you're watching from your hotel room, I love you. We all know Coke and Pepsi, but there are other soda makers out there, including the Northern Soda Company. Well, recently I visited their factory and tap room where I made my own flavor. I love this. Take a look. I'm having a rush of nostalgia. We're here at Northern Soda Company. If you come down here past a whole bunch of other great flavors, you see black cherry. And if you're anything like me, you had a grandmother that loved black cherry soda. So why am I here and what makes Northern Soda Company so special? Well, a lot of things. It's a little noisy, but that's on purpose because people are working here. Back here, it's like Laverne and Shirley, only no beer and we're not in Milwaukee. How did this come to be?
Sure, that's a fair question. I guess like any soda company, it started with a group of educators.
I mean, when I think of Coca-Cola, I think teachers. Yeah.
One of our partners had a soda company in his previous life, sold it, and started teaching it at Heritage with all of us. And we started talking about the business. And said, well, what if we just started a new soda company? And so fast forward a ridiculous long story. Now here we are. We're Northern Soda Company.
Can you guys hold it down? We're trying to do television over here. Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, they're working. It's very loud. And I love people that follow their dream. I mean, you had a job and you quit it to make mango citrus.
Yeah, no, this is fun. So probably the best thing is just how enjoyable it is. You know, I always say we're not surgeons, we're not litigating cases.
No.
We're not
curing a disease.
We're not accountants at tax time. We're here making craft soda, connecting with families. We're just having a heck of a time.
I tried to pull that can out, didn't come out. I think we should just go and make a soda. Or what are we calling it? It's the soda fountain, right?
Yep.
I love
the
this.
Pop Shop.
The Pop Shop. Okay.
The Pop Shop.
Would you like to introduce our friend here?
Absolutely. So, Jason, another big contributor to our success is relationships that we build in the community, and one of those is with Bethel University, just across Snelling from us. And today we have Mr. Jacob. And
What's up, Jacob?
That was Austin working the canning line back there. So Jacob's excited to mix a flavor for you, whatever Jason wants to do today.
Jacob, let's mix up a little butterscotch and cream soda, please. So people can come up here and literally just pick from, like, let me just see here. We have fruit punch, cinnamon. People pick cinnamon for pop?
People pick cinnamon for pop, Jason.
I can't. On my 21st birthday, well, I can't talk about my 21st birthday, but let's just say I can't have anything cinnamon flavored for the rest of my life. Just take my word for it. Caramel. Oh, Jacob, we're gonna add a little caramel to that too.
Today we're gonna pour you your own pint glass, but we also have growlers. So similar to breweries, somebody could do their own 32 ounce or a 16 ounce growler and take their own soda home with them. And then in our tap room, we also replicate that old school Pop Shop. We also have everything available to sample, hang out, play games. We got the Vikings, Twins, Timberwolves up on the big screen. Super family friendly, and we'd love to see everybody out here.
So take a look at this glass in a moment, right here. Eric, get a shot of the glass. That will soon be filled with my very own Jason soda. This is the Jason. This is a mix of caramel, butterscotch, and cream soda. My grandma would be very proud. Way to go, Jacob. Cheers, everybody, and it's pop. It's not soda, it's pop. Pop. I always, I say it a lot, that one of the great joys of doing the show is the fact that I love being able to spotlight local businesses, especially people that have a story like that where, you know, they have a normal job or what people consider to be a normal job, and they leave it behind and take the risk to follow their dreams. And I love those guys, and they did this. So please go support. They're right there, actually, right there, sitting in the audience. So friendly. So friendly, and I love that program with Bethel too. That's doing some good work right there. So go support them. The Northern Soda Company is located in Arden Hills, and their tap room is open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Go watch the game tomorrow over there. For more information, head to northernsoda.com. Still ahead, everybody. We're heading into the audience when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. It is time to go into the audience. And aren't these some good-looking people today? Look at this. It's time to go to the audience for another round of Ask Me Absolutely Anything. Starting us off, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nicole. Come over here, Nicole. Right here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I like that top.
Thank you.
Looks
I
really
just
good on
got it
TV.
for
Look at
sure.
that. Looks good there, yeah. What's your question?
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Where is your favorite place to visit in Minnesota and why?
Oh, that's a good question. I love Stillwater. I love Stillwater. I like the town. I love the little shops. Again, going back to what I said earlier, filled with a lot of local businesses. It's like kind of like a step back in time. My favorite town, I shouldn't say one of my favorite. I love Anoka because of Serum's chicken wings. I mean, that's my favorite. But yeah, Stillwater, and then the good people of Duluth have been really kind to me and the show. I do. I love you, Duluth. So those are the three.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's Nicole, everybody. Next. Help me, Rhonda. Get over here, Rhonda. How you doing?
I'm great.
Where are you from, Rhonda?
Malacca.
Malacca. Okay, where? North, south, east? I'm not quite sure.
North.
North from, well, everything's north from Eden Prairie. But yeah, anyway. What's your question for me?
When you're not working so hard, what are your hobbies?
Oh, I'll tell you, recently, within the last year or so, I've taken up photography. It relaxes me. Like last night, I was going to go to a movie. No. The dogs and I laid on the couch and I sat on my computer and edited photos for 2 hours, and it was zen. I love that. So photography right now is probably the thing that I do the most when I'm not at the 4 jobs. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you so much. There we go. Next, it's a dude, Nick, everybody. Let's welcome Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hello.
What's your question for me?
I want your completely unbiased, realistic score prediction for tomorrow's game.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm going to say, okay, the points are done by. I'm going to say Vikings 21. San Francisco. All I keep thinking is Rice-A-Roni. 17. Okay. There we go. That's what I think it is. Thank you. Did I do okay on that, Kendall? Is it even possible for that score to happen? It is. Okay, yeah. I'm pulling and I have no idea. Let's welcome Kathy, everybody. Get Kathy in here. Right here, Kathy. No, Kathy. You're not going to ask me about the Vikings, are you?
No,
okay,
I am
I was
not.
just making sure. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Actually, it wasn't me that had the question. This is my much older sister here that put it down and
Yes.
put my name.
Yeah.
So she's evil, you know.
I love it. Where is she? Right there? Oh, it's whose birthday? It's your birthday. Happy
Yes,
birthday.
thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, what's your question or her question? Yeah.
I don't know. What's your question?
You don't know? The heck is going? Sit down. Get up here. Come here. Now you stay right there. Now what is? Now you stand down here. What is this now? Okay, now what's your name?
My name is Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. What's your question that you had?
My question was, today is her 49th birthday. We wanted to know if you were older than her.
Hey, you're 10 years old.
Oh, you can both sit down right now. I don't know. No, I'm 45. Do I look older?
Not at all.
Okay.
You look great.
Do I look good?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Get over. You both get a mug. Go over there and go over there. Finally, let's hope she has her own question. It's Jeannie, everybody. Come on. Jeannie, what's your question?
Hi, Jason.
Hi, sweetie.
I was wondering what you did with the Oprah chair, the audience chair that you had here a few months back.
Oh, we have it actually in the back. We have two of them. I got, one was an auction item that I did, and then another one was given to me. So I have them and I bring them out for like special people. I may actually put those sisters in them in a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, thank you so much. Go right over there. Still ahead, everybody. Yeah, we keep them back there. They're my good luck charms. So we're spicing up your wardrobe with 5 steps when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. There it is. Put it right here, Brad. There's the Oprah chair. Right there. Welcome back, my friends. Are you in your 50s? No, I'm just joking. Anyway, we can all use a little fashion pick-me-up for the new year. And our next guest has 5 things that you can do. You can add to your wardrobe to freshen up your style for 2020. Give it up for Lindsay, everybody, from the Fashion Fix. Welcome back.
Hi. You know, I think it's just like, you're just a mystery to us, Jason. That's why they were asking about yours, because you do just look so good. It's just a mystery.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's a mystery.
Can you give the fun fact? We were talking about the Vikings.
Yes, okay. I missed the memo on Purple Friday. I definitely have a ton of purple to wear. My husband has not missed watching a Vikings game in over 20 years. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Our house is like a war zone right now for tomorrow. My husband works on Saturday, so he's like so stressed out about getting all of his work done before 3 o'clock. He's like, I'm not coming home tonight. I'm staying at work and getting everything done.
He'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 tips.
Yeah.
Let's start with tip 1.
Tip 1, bold layers. So everybody has their favorite t-shirt, right? Or like their go-to blouse, but you need a new way to freshen it up. Put on a patterned layer like this leopard print cardigan. How cute would this be with just like a black tee or white tee? So easy to give a fresh look to kind of a basic staple you have in your wardrobe.
And animal print, we keep learning, is huge this year.
Huge. Yeah. And I love the Moto jacket. You were showing this one here. This is a great way to give an edgy look for maybe like a night out with one of your like work blouses. So to get a little work to weekend look, just throw on a fun faux leather jacket and you're good to go.
Perfect. Okay. Next. Color denim.
Color denim. Okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
Winter in Minnesota, we all love to be cozy in our dark neutrals, or we wear a ton of black. Throw on a pair of color denim. It gives an easy splash of color to any of your neutral winter like sweaters or like warm or cold weather tops you're wearing. Now you can do red, you can go bold with something like this. It's really fun, but if that intimidates you, you can do something a little safer, like maybe like a dark purple, something like this feels a little safer to wear, or even like a gray or an olive. Yeah. So you don't have to be as crazy as the red. You can do something like this where I just call like an alternative neutral to give like a fresh look to your denim.
And I always reference a store that sadly we don't have yet. I wanted to come to the Mall of America, but Uniqlo, I found even for guys, denim now is they've made it so soft. They have like the faux denim in all sorts of different colors, which is so nice.
Well, and also fun fact, your color denim is always going to have a little bit more stretch to it because of the way that they dye it. So these are going to be really cozy to wear.
Number 3, pattern tops.
Pattern tops. So pattern blouses are great for refreshing your work wardrobe. Like how easy would it be to put like a sleeveless top like this under any of like your suit sets that maybe you wear to work or underneath like a blazer, or to take something like this and put it with a pair of trousers or a pair of dark denim for a really easy business casual look. It's a fun way to kind of reinvigorate life into your work wardrobe.
And not changing the whole outfit.
Not changing your whole outfit. Yeah, you're only buying one new piece, right?
Number 4, fun shoes.
Fun shoes. Okay, yeah, they go with everything. So snake print booties are hot right now. They are a really big trend. You're going to see them every
print booties.
Snake print booties, really
Okay.
big trend. Now, you don't have to do it in the booty. I have on right now, I don't know if anybody can see, I have on,
Just walk to the front of that.
So
Eric
I have
can
on
get a
snake
shot
print
right there.
flats, right? So like the booty feels like a lot for you. Here you go. You could do something like this. But just doing any sort of animal print.
Is
like
that
in
real
your
ball
shoe.
python, or
Yeah.
is that fake? Is that
whatever Target carries.
Whatever
so
Target,
yeah. So any sort of animal print in your shoe. But here's something a little bit more classic: a red flat. You would be shocked to see how many outfits in your wardrobe a red shoe just adds the perfect pop of contrasting color and gives instant style, instant trend, and instant sort of like Pinteresty look. Like a red flat, honestly, like this is an essential for every woman's wardrobe.
I'm going through the different colors. Almost any combination.
Yes.
The red pop would be
Yep.
great. If you're wearing navy blue,
Yep.
boom, red. If you're wearing black, red. If
Yeah.
you're wearing white,
Red,
everything.
everything.
That's a great
and
idea.
even if you're wearing bold colors, because we always want colors to contrast, never match. So think about if you're wearing like a yellow top, a pair of red shoes would be the perfect contrast to that, right? So
Okay.
you would be so surprised how much red shoes go with. So perfect addition to spice up your wardrobe.
Updated accessories rounds us out at number
Yes.
5.
Okay. So let's say you have your go-to outfits that you just love to rotate through, the clothes you always feel comfortable and confident in. Give them a fresh look by just updating some of your accessories. Get a new patterned scarf to throw on with your favorite blouse that you wear, or maybe put on like a statement necklace, something like this with some of your fun like winter V-neck sweaters, or what's really popular and has been for a while, a leather earring, something like this. Just a small touch, honestly, is
Really? Leather earrings?
Leather earrings, yeah. I have a couple pair myself. I love them. Again, and great way to instantly add a little bit of style, a little bit of trend to your look.
That is
with
very
very
Pat
little
Benatar.
effort and little, like very little investment too. So anything like this is going to take your everyday look and just kind of make it feel new.
And trick people, because they're going to be looking at that scarf, even though you're maybe wearing the same V-neck
Yes.
from like 4 years ago.
Yes.
They're going to think the whole outfit's new because of that scarf.
Totally. So yeah.
Lindsay, everybody, follow her on social media. Just search for Fashion Fix MN right there. We'll post this a little bit later too. We'll be right back. Stay with us. That's a great idea. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We have a fun week of shows next week. If you would like to come see us like these beautiful people, all you have to do, right there, all you have to do to get tickets is go to the Jason Show Facebook page, search for Jason Show TV, click that ticket tab right under the cover photo, and you're in by 9:15, you're out by 11:15, and if you are a manager or a CEO and you would like to do a company outing, we also accept groups. It's a fun morning. I do a little Q&A with the audience after. I tell you gossip I can't say on television. It's all good, yeah. Right, Kendall?
Yeah.
I tell you stories about Kendall I can't say on TV, and yeah.
No.
I don't do that. That's
No.
because I love you. I may do it with this audience. So anyway, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back after this. Stay with us, everybody. Just one story. Welcome back, everybody. Kendall joins me again, and proof that you should come see us. In that commercial break, she did a karaoke number for the audience. So
I rapped.
yeah.
I did. I rapped.
You did. You did what song?
Little in the middle, but you got no. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir
Baby got
Mix-a-Lot.
back.
That's right.
Little in the middle, but you got
did it.
much back.
By the way, we showed you right before we went to the break. Kendall, let's step aside. Here's the Oprah chair, everybody, right there. There's the Oprah Winfrey chair. Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah, so that was used at Harpo. Those were inside Harpo Studios. Those were the audience chairs for the Oprah Winfrey Show. And once Harpo was demolished for charity, they auctioned off all of the chairs, and we got 2 of them. So there we go. So they are lucky chairs. So yeah, there we go. Would you like to have a seat? You worked so hard today. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. How does that feel? They're
Little in the
comfortable
middle, but you
chairs.
got much back.
Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway. There we go. We'll just do this. Monday on the show, Christopher Straub joins us with some kids crafting projects using buttons. Plus, I'll give you my thoughts on Netflix's new Dracula, and I'll tell you if Oprah comes over to my house over the weekend. Here's hoping and praying. I love you, Opes. I would die. Let's just do a little prayer that happens. That's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a child that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend. Go Vikings. Oprah, come to my house. We'll see you Monday.